In this chapter, we shall be discussing about India from earliest times up to 650 AD. So, the key features that we shall be discussing in this chapter are introduction, the timeline of ancient India, main sources that we use to study history, the geography of ancient India, the society that prevailed in ancient India, the religion practiced by ancient people, the political structures that existed during that period, and then we shall be moving towards conclusion. So, history is no longer a study of only date and time of events and dynasties. It has gone much beyond that. It has gone much beyond political histories of kings and has added a number of newer perspectives and approaches to our understanding. Indian history has been broadly classified into ancient period, medieval period, and modern period. The ancient period studies the life and times of people in India from lakhs of years ago till 800 AD. So, this is a diagram that shows the period covered under ancient India. We start from lakhs of years ago, from Stone Age, and then we move gradually towards 6th century AD, and that begins the early medieval period. Okay, so this is the end of ancient India by 6th century AD and the beginning of early medieval India. Coming to the sources of ancient Indian history. So there are two types of sources, the archaeological sources and literary sources. Archaeological sources, we have material remains like buildings, monuments, coins, pottery. And under literary sources, we have written evidences, that is biographies, epics, inscriptions, etc. And we need to study and analyze both archaeological and literary sources in the same light so as to construct a complete and more meaningful picture of past events. These sources help us in answering various questions such as when an event happened, how did it happen, and what were the impacts of a particular event. Coming to the geography of ancient India. Why should we study geography in history? So that we need to see where people of ancient India lived and settled, areas where they grew first crops, regions where first cities of Indian subcontinent grew, people living in Vedic age, Mauryan period, Gupta period settled in which regions. So the study of geography answers these very questions. For instance, Patliputra, that is modern Patna, and Indraprasth, that is modern Delhi, are the two cities that are witness to most of the important political events during ancient period and that are existing till today. Coming to the society of ancient India, a detailed analysis of past society and its social structures help us in understanding people, their behavior, and various social groups the society was divided into, and how did these social structures impacted the lives of different people. One such social structure that existed in ancient India was Varna system, and that is a precursor to modern day caste system. So as we know that in India, the society is divided into four broad castes. So we can say that this caste system that is prevailing till today is derived from ancient Varna system. There was another social system in ancient India, that was the ashrama system, in which a person's lifespan was divided into four stages. Those were brahmacharya, grihasth, vanaprasth, and sannyas. Another important feature of social life in ancient India was the observance of a large number of samskaras. These were the ceremonies that were performed during the lifetime of any individual. Now, let us discuss the political structures that prevailed in ancient India. We need to know the system of government during first civilization of India in Indus Valley. The Vedic people had a rudimentary system of government with a tribal chief was advised by two important bodies, the Sabha and the Samiti. Later, this got transformed into a number of regional republics or hereditary monarchies. So we see the emergence of new cities and new principalities during 6th century BC, such as Kashi, Koshal, Kuru, Panchal, Magad, Gandhar. And the king ruled on the basis of a theory that was known as divine theory of kingship. According to this theory, the king ruled on the assumption that he is being chosen by God to rule. The Gupta Empire was a period of decentralization which saw emergence of regional kingdoms in different parts of the country. So this was a brief view of political structures that existed in ancient India. Coming to the religion in ancient India, India is a birthplace of earliest belief systems and traditions. The world's oldest religions, such as Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, evolved in ancient India around 3000 years ago. People of ancient India believed in worship of nature, such as wind, water, sun, moon, trees, rain, etc. And very rare evidences of idol worship have been found in ancient India, and that too around later Mauryan age, that is after 3rd century BC. Many religious symbols that are revered till today owe their origin to ancient India, such as the worship of moon, worship of swastik, the lotus, people tree, that are derived from ancient Indian religious practices. Many religious texts were also composed during ancient India, which are sacred texts of people till today. Rig Veda is among the four sacred texts of Hinduism. The other were Samaved, Yajurved, and Atharvaved. The Jatakas and the Pitakas are religious books of Buddhism, and Agams are the sacred literature of Jainism. So this was about religion that prevailed during ancient India. Coming to the conclusion. So this is just an attempt to give a glimpse of various structures that prevailed in ancient India. So we can say that ancient Indian legacy is continued till today. Political and social structures in India, ancient India, were very well developed and have their significance till today. For example, Kautilya's Arthashastra explicitly mentions the rules of state governance that are relevant in present times also. The geographical study of ancient India makes us aware of the expansion of various political powers in Indian subcontinent and development of human civilization thereafter. The religion of ancient India, it was mainly based upon worship of nature, and idol worship came much later during later Mauryan age. A thorough study of various characteristics of ancient India gives us a glimpse of richness and dynamism of ancient Indian history, and that is the purpose of this current study. So this is about it. Thank you so much.